Yo, what's going on? Just here to comment on a couple of videos I saw and about the state of magic, things going on, and the professor made an interesting video. If you're not familiar with it, I will link it below. And not trying to be negative about the professor. I think 85% of what he does is great. I think overall he's a really good content creator. I disagree with a lot of things he says, particularly this video. But just as a preface, he's a good guy. I'm not hating on him. Just hating on this particular video. I think he's overall pretty good, and that's why I'm making the video because I care about Magic, and I want to see it succeed and not go on the path it's going. 'Cause in my opinion, I think it's going on a bad path. But regardless, I'll play the video about what I think him being is toxic positivity, doing that type of gimmick, and we'll watch it.
I'm not a fan of universes beyond.
Me neither.
While there's some properties that I personally like, from Doctor Who to The Princess Bride, and other properties.
So, universes beyond, that's one thing. It's not an actual magic card. It's a proxy of a magic card, like an alternate version. Doctor Who, that's actual magic. That's stupid. It's corny. Doctor Who's dumb. People don't wear top hats in magic. I'm sorry, top hats in magic with suits and scarves in Britain with time boots. It's dumb. Magic, I'll define it. You could disagree. You could not like the way I define it, but it's the hardcore reality and it's the truth. Magic the Gathering is fantasy setting, traditional, akin to Dungeons and Dragons, and it's not anything like Doctor Who or any of that other stuff. Traditional fantasy.
That I don't personally enjoy, but can still acknowledge have had amazing card designs, such as Warhammer 40k. Overall, if it were up to me, I'd not have brought in outside properties to Magic the Gathering.
That's his best take in this whole video. And that's also his tell, because he can't say that Universes Beyond is horrible because he's not allowed to as a big time. He's a big time content creator. I'm a peon. I'm an ant. He's a giant. I'm a nobody. But I'm still gonna give my opinion. But yeah, he knows Universes Beyond stinks. He just can't say it.
That's just my personal opinion. But it's not up to me. And Magic has brought in outside properties, and it has been, inarguably, an enormous, incredible success. So while
I'll argue right now, it's been an enormous financial success, financially. But for the game of Magic, it's been a huge detriment, in my opinion. I think it's ruined Magic to a degree, and I think he's dead wrong here. It's hasn't been a success. It's been a financial success.
I personally just want Magic to have stayed Magic.
Me too,
I cannot
man.
deny that Universes Beyond has brought in more new players and more of the sweet.
I'll deny that it's bringing in new players. I don't think it is. I think it's bringing in new consumers that think they're going to play Magic. They buy the product because it seems good, something they'll try. People are loyal to their brand, like Doctor Who, like the Doctor Who people. I'm sure they'll see a Doctor Who product, they'll consume it. We're consumers, like mindless consumers, consume anything. I think that's more what is happening. I don't think it's actual people wanting to play Magic. They're consumers. They're gonna follow. And I don't think these people stick with Magic because Magic's a tough game. It's a tough community. It's a weird community. I've been a part of it since it's existed. It's not a friendly game. It's a hard game. It's one of the hardest games on earth to play. I think these bring in new consumers. I mean, they bring in new players. I mean, of course they bring in new players for sure. I'm not going to deny that, but I think it's a small percentage. I'd be a fool to say that they don't bring in new players. Like I guarantee you, there's going to be a ton of people that enjoy Final Fantasy. That are gonna buy the product, but I don't think a ton of people are going to stick with Magic. They're going to get frustrated and quit.
Cash for Hasbro, then imagine.
And I think you have to really want to play Magic, and I think that's one of the problems. Not to ramble on, but I think you should want to play Magic organically because you want to play the game, not because you're directed to it. Because you should learn. Unfortunately, the only way to get into Magic now is through Commander, and that's one of the worst ways to learn Magic. Um, yeah, it's that's a whole other topic. I'm not even gonna get into that because this video will be over because I'll spend the next hour talking about that. But that's the main problem with Universes Beyond. I'll just sum it up with new players is Commander is a horrible way to learn Magic, in my opinion.
All while keeping the majority of existing players interested and excited for upcoming sets such as Final Fantasy, Spider-Man, and Avatar: The Last Airbender.
No, man. No, buddy. I'm not excited for any of this. I did buy Final Fantasy product. It's the first Universes Beyond product that I did consume. The Terror deck came out. I pre-ordered it on Amazon. Who knows if I'll get it because I don't know. It's a pre-order and nobody knows it's going to happen. But I did buy it. It's the first and only probably Universes Beyond, and I bought it because again I love Final Fantasy. It's a Commander product. It's 70. I think it was $70 what I pre-ordered it for. I'll get my $70 of value out of it, and I'm not forced to play with it like Standard. I bought it because I think it'll be a cool product for me to play. But if I could get rid of Final Fantasy and the rest of the universe, I would do it in a heartbeat. Like I don't think I don't know.
All of which come out this year. And I am able to compartmentalize those two ideas. I don't personally like that we have Universes Beyond and Magic, but it's actually been a net positive. And no, it hasn't killed the game, nor has it killed my love for the game.
It hasn't killed the game yet, but it's going to. It's diluting the game horribly. It's bad for Magic. This is ultimate cope, ultimate pretend, ultimate fantasy world. It's lies, man. It's killed Magic, dude. You can't. It's not the same game. You have freaking race cars and guys in mafia suits, dude. People in Nike tennis shoes, sneakers, high tops, shooting freaking ghost guns on TVs and race cars. It's ruined Magic, man. Like this is the ultimate delusion.
Not my jam, but I'm glad if it is your jam, and I can even find a little bit of joy in it myself from time to time. Now that isn't to say things like the price and availability of
So, people don't want this stuff. They don't. You can tell me they do and say, "Oh, well, John, they buy it." It doesn't matter. They're buying it not because they want it, it's because they are consumers and they're afraid they're going to miss out. They think they have to buy it, and especially with Final Fantasy, because Final Fantasy is going to be part of Standard. It's going to be actual Magic the Gathering. You have to play. You can't not play. Like, if you play Standard or Modern or Legacy, you have to consume this product. You have to. You can't, like me. I could just be like, okay, well, I think Doctor Who's stupid. I won't buy it. It's like, okay, well, if you want to play Standard, and Final Fantasy's in Standard, you have to buy Final Fantasy. You have to buy Spider-Man. Like, if I want to play Commander and not include Warhammer, I can do that because you can play Commander, not include Warhammer. But you're not going to be able to play like Modern. You need to tell me you could play Modern when Lord of the Rings came out, and you're like, I don't need the One Ring. I don't need Orcish Bowmaster. I don't need any of that stuff. It's like, yeah, you do if you want to be competitive. So, yeah, and these prices, I mean, my player's kind of blocking it, but about that's $37.99 over there. Man, I'm gonna tell you this: if you, on average, if you buy a pack for $37.99 and you think you're gonna get equal value, I want what you're smoking because it's good. I would say, if I had to guess, on an average collector booster for Final Fantasy, you spend $37.99. On average, you probably make $15 to $20 back, maybe 25. Like if you're good, but there's gonna be those packs where you get like $5 back, or like a play booster for $6.99. You're probably gonna get like a dollar or $2 worth of cards on average. And of course, there'll be those spikes where you get the big cards, but I don't know. I'm not gonna be mean, but like I said, I bought the Terra Commander deck, and I think I might pre-order a boost bundle. Yeah, I forget. they're fat packs, but you're not allowed to say that. But the bundle with the big dice for I might get that. I grew up on Final Fantasy. I love Terra. Final Fantasy 3 is one of my favorite games, and it's just great, and that's why I bought it. I made a video on it. Links below, along with the professor's video will be linked below too. But yeah, I saw, I did get a little bit of fun when I saw the Final Fantasy, and I wanted to buy it. It's the only Universe Beyond I've consumed, and you know, I guess I'm a hypocrite in a sense. But the thing is, it's the only one I bought, and I think if people only bought what they truly wanted, I don't think Universes Beyond would exist to this degree. Which, like I said, if only the people who truly enjoyed Final Fantasy bought this product, I don't think yeah, I don't know. I'll stop rambling.
Universes Beyond isn't an issue, because it absolutely is. And yes, I will talk about the outrageous price increases for Final Fantasy in its own devoted video, but I want to be clear that here, when I say Universes Beyond is not the problem, that I specifically mean the existence of outside...
It's the problem, man. It's the problem. It's the problem. Stop lying. It's the problem.
IP in Magic the Gathering is not the problem. We could use less of it, and we could use Wizards maybe being a bit more selective about what they choose to bring into Magic, and we certainly could use it not being outrageously marked up, but the existence of Universes Beyond is not the problem. But there is a problem growing within Magic the Gathering, and that problem is the way which...
From my understanding, the collector boxes for Final Fantasy are like $800 now. Like I think if I don't know, like I don't understand, I don't get it, man. Like you're not gonna get. I think those prices are like even $300 for a collector box for any set is stupid. It's a ripoff. It's dumb. You shouldn't let Wizards do this. Don't let them charge us this. But people buy it, so I mean, what can I say? I mean, it's. And like the thing is, man, is like they're not buying it because they want it. It's because they think they need it. They think they're gonna miss out. They think it's gonna be bad if they don't. But it's gonna be fine.
Wizards of the Coast has seemingly been self-sabotaging its own worlds, the sets which take place within the Magic the Gathering universe. 50% of Magic the Gathering may be Universes Beyond now, but the 50% that is still Magic the Gathering has become more and more superficial, more and more frivolous, and ultimately, sadly, more and more rushed through and passed over in favor of the other half of Magic the Gathering, the half that is Universes Beyond. Blah, 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 blah.
I don't care about Factor. Here we go.
In fact, that I shall cover, but let's start here. Currently, our in-universe set is a race car.
Okay, so this is the huge problem I have with what he's saying in this video. He's complaining about how Universes Beyond isn't the problem and it can exist. But buddy, the reason why we got Duskmourn and Aether Drift is because of Universes Beyond, because they're running out of stuff to sell because they're making so much stuff because people are buying it because they're afraid to miss out because like it's peak insanity now for Magic product. It's gonna go away. Trust me. This game's gonna become not popular soon. And trends happen. Go watch Rudy. He'll tell you the trend is your friend until the end. And he has something else. I don't know, some other innuendo saying with that. But this stuff exists because Magic is like, okay, well, how about we just, instead of just like having Universes Beyond, we just make Magic Universes Beyond. Like, we don't have to stick to the classic traditional fantasy setting. Let's just make Magic everything. Magic's everything now. So, case in point, look at this freaking picture. It makes me sick. You have some shark person, like Shark Man, and some idiot, some biker like Mad Max wannabe in some muscle car with a ghost possessing it, in some stupid race, racing across wherever the hell they are. That's not magic. That's like, dude, like you like imagine you're playing Call of Duty, right? You're playing Call of Duty, and this guy shows up, you know. Oh, but it's Call of Duty Universes Beyond. People play Call of Duty because they want that military experience. If they're playing Call of Duty and Spider-Man shows up, that's stupid. No one's gonna want that. Okay, just like if you're playing Elden Ring or Dark Souls, and like Superman shows up and helps you beat some boss. It's dumb as hell. Like, who thinks that? But it's happening in Magic, and people can't see it. Like, it's ruining the immersion is so important for these type of things. Like, the reason why Call of Duty, Elden Ring, World of Warcraft, stuff like that, like big popular franchises, is immersion. You want to feel like you're in Magic the Gathering universe. Like, you don't want to feel like you're in a race. Man, I drive a car every day to freaking the store or to work or wherever. Like, I don't want to, like, I don't care about cars, man. Like, stop with this stuff. And it's become Magic. It is Magic now. Magic is no longer Magic. Magic is Universes Beyond right now. Like, there is no more Magic. Like, that's the problem. He doesn't see it, and it's right in front of his face.
In it, characters we know from our previously distinct and once taken seriously worlds have dressed up in NASCAR-like racing suits to get on motorcycles and speed cars and race along highways that have somehow been erected on planes like Amonkhet and Murganda, and all compete for a giant MacGuffin trophy. It's the race car set. We're in cars and motorcycles, and we are racing. Hey, can you name all of the teams? Honestly, right now, from memory, can you correctly name all 5 of the racing teams of this set? Is it 5 or is it 10? Who are they, and what are their personalities?
Bro, nobody knows. Nobody cares. The story died a long time ago when they started rewriting history and redoing things, and man, nobody cared about the story because the story's no good. It's trash. It's just a bunch of weirdos making weird stories. Just nobody cares. No one cares about these races. No one cares about any of this stuff, man. That's the problem. The immersion's gone. You don't feel like you're in Magic. You feel like you're in Universes Beyond, and people just consume the product because they think they're going to miss out on a product.
Did you even know there were 10 teams? Did you even know there were teams?
No one cares.
Prior to this was our 80s horror set where cheerleaders and angsty teens ran away from clowns and dolls based on Annabelle and Chucky while sporting Nike sneakers, hitting play on their Walkmans and busting ghosts right back into their TV sets. And acknowledgement, Duskmourn was still a great and fantastic set, but that was due.
Lie. It's a trash set, and you're saying that. I don't know why you're saying it. It's a trash set. It's not Magic the Gathering. If this was Stranger Things collectible card game, yeah, Duskmourn would be a hit. But it's not.
In no small part to its amazing mechanics and card design, and less to the fact that it was filled with tongue-in-cheek memes and references to 80s culture and horror movies. And of course, prior to that, everyone dressed up as cowboys, even though it made no sense whatsoever. Why is Queen Marchesa suddenly on Thunder Junction?
Okay, so like, if I went in like ChatGPT and was like, hey, AI, I'm making a movie about stupid, cheesy cowboy stereotypes, what would you give me? What's the name of the movie? They would say, here's what I think would be a great name. Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Oh, thanks, ChatGPT. That does sound like a stupid, idiotic cowboy movie.
Acting like a common outlaw, and again, dressed and talking like a cowboy? Why is Rakdos, the slumbering leader of the Rakdos Guild of Ravnica, suddenly on Thunder Junction and playing dress-up as the muscle of a gang of other Magic characters from across the...
Can we just take a second to appreciate this? How awful this picture is. Okay.
Multiverse. Once characters were portrayed in earnest and treated seriously, not as if some kid had all their
You know what they call that, folks? Immersion.
Action figures and decided to dress them up in cowboy hats and mash them together. And before that, the hat of choice was a fedora, never before seen on the beloved
This dude's talking about fedoras. He's going off. He's cooking.
plane of Ravnica, which now has literally hundreds upon hundreds of detectives, all wearing the distinct fashion style not of the world of Ravnica, but from the cheesy and dated noir detective films of our world. Fairies are now detectives, and they wear little tiny fedoras because that's how detectives dress.
True.
And Lizov, the mysterious shape-shifting leader of the Demir Guild, is also a detective.
And again, I'm not sure if you heard me say this word yet, but it's called immersion.
Watch out, criminals and murderers. Lizov is on the case. He's looking for clues, as is half the population of Ravnica, seemingly. He's teaming up with Scooby-Doo and Columbo.
All right. Hold on 1 second here. I'm just going to say, hey, Sophia Dogged Detective, I am probably going to build a deck with her because, as the card states, when Sophia Dogged Detective enters the battlefield, create tiny, legendary 2/2 green dog detective creature token with trample. And my dog's nickname is Tiny, and she's actually right below me as I'm filming this, underneath my chair. And this looks like a good dog commander. Now, I'm not a fan of what she's wearing. She's wearing clothes that aren't very immersive. I don't know, whatever. I mean, this might be a guilty pleasure that I make this deck, so, judge me if you will. But Final Word Phantom, my deck. Yeah, maybe.
Who have been turned into silly magic cards for this, our in-universe set. This new style of set where everyone's a detective, everyone's a cowboy, everyone's a race car driver has been referred to as hat sets, where there is little to no world building and whose premise is only as deep as, wouldn't it be cool if your favorite magic characters were all dressed as blank? I believe that hat sets have made it so that our in-universe magic sets feel less and less like magic.
And this is where like the insanity happens, man. Like, bro, they're not headsets. They're Universes Beyond sets that were made because of Universes Beyond. So you have Universes Beyond, and then they're like, well, hey, let's make regular Magic sets Universes Beyond with detectives and Ghostbusters and race car drivers and Clint Eastwood, and the Godfather in Capenna. That's precisely my point why Universes Beyond is bad. You don't get it. You just don't get it, Professor. But that's why.
If half of all of Magic the Gathering is going to be Universes Beyond, then the other half, the half that is in Universe, needs to double down on everything that makes Magic, well...
If you're Magic, Wizard of the Coast, and you put out this slop from Universes Beyond and people buy it, why not just... Then why make regular Magic? Just make Universes Beyond slop.
Magic. Even when you do have a non-hat set, such as Caverns of Ixalan, these in-universe Magic the Gathering sets can often feel less and less like in-universe Magic sets, when the very booster packs come with things like Jurassic Park cards.
Alright, that's enough of this video. I'm gonna switch over to Commander's Quarters real quick. And this will
number of commander decks made.
This will make sense in a second. Let me get to a point here. I think this is where it's at.
Poll because I did vote in it, although I removed my result.
This is a poll on Mark Rosewater's blog that was recently taken, and it's about. Well, the question right there is, how do you feel about the current number of commander decks made by Wizards? So I'll let Commander's Quarters again. I'll link this below too. I'll link all this stuff. Commander's Quarters. I mean, I'll tell you what, man. I respect that dude. He's awesome. Love him. He's a good guy.
Discuss my result here in a little bit, so you're just not reacting to that first. You actually just look at the numbers first. Just think, okay, what do you think the Commander community, or the Magic community, I should say, in general, would say about, okay, do they want a lot more? Do they want some more? Do they think it's the right amount? Do they want a little less or a lot less? What do you think? All right, and maybe comment below with that. But now let's jump into the actual numbers. Here we go. They might surprise you. They surprised me. So when it comes to the actual numbers, overwhelmingly, I'm talking about 70+% in total said either making a few less or many less. So
that just goes to show you people don't want this stuff, but they buy it. Okay. 70% say that there's too much Commander product coming out. Okay. 11% not enough. And 70%. I mean, this is a small sample size for sure. But I think it's accurate. I think if you surveyed every Magic player on Earth, I think these numbers would be pretty close for the most part, if not higher. For the too much, but yeah,
basically less.
Yeah, that's the video. Nobody wants this stuff. It's not good for Magic. That's it. You know, what more can I say? I don't know. Hope you enjoyed my ramble, my rant.